The Insta360 Go2 is possibly the most fun camera I've ever used. So today I'm going to share 5 tips and tricks with one bonus tip at the very end of ways in which you can get the most out of your Go2 that you might not have actually heard of before. The first tip is to customize the record button on the camera itself. So there's a clickable button on the front of the camera and you can customize this with up to 4 presets. Simply connect the camera to the phone app, then go to settings, camera settings, and then under camera settings you've got button settings, and here you can choose from 4 different preset options. So for example, quick cap 1 enables you to press once to record if the camera is already off, and then you can choose which mode will start recording. So generally I'll choose Pro Video because that's the one I generally prefer to film in. Hit confirm. You can choose the video specs as well, and then the amount of time it will capture a video for. So for me, I just generally leave that on 10 minutes. Then on quick cap 2, I like to have it set to slow motion in case there's a moment in which I want to get some slow motion shots quickly. All I have to do is press twice on the Go2 button and it will automatically start recording in slow motion. And again, you can do this for the other 2 custom presets, and it's just a great way of being able to record it in your preferred format quickly and easily. So next up is a tip that actually blew me away when I first realized that this camera could do it, and that is to shoot in a log color profile. Now, if you don't know what log is, it's basically just a way of shooting in a color mode. That means all the colors and your shadows and highlights just look kind of flat and a bit gray. But the great thing about shooting this mode is that it enables you to really customize your color grade, which is awesome for professional video shooters, or if you want to make sure that your Go2 footage matches another camera that you're possibly using as your main camera. In order to shoot in log, again, all you have to do is to connect your camera to your smartphone, then go into your preview mode, and up the top of all the different modes, you'll see a tri-color icon. Just tap that and you'll see you've got standard, vivid, and log. So by default, it's probably on vivid, which means the colors are all just preset and it looks really great. But if you go to log, your preview will turn kind of gray. But this is good because it means you're shooting in log. Now, once you've captured your footage in the log profile, you have to color grade it. In order to do this, you need to download a LUT that will correct the log format, and then you can color grade on top of that. And I'll leave a link to the official Insta360 LUT in the description, which you can use to correct the color. And then once you've done that, you can also go into your editing software and really play with the colors and the highlights and the shadows a lot more than you could if you just recorded in the vivid color profile. And if you're enjoying these tips, don't forget to leave me a like. And if you're interested in picking up a Go2, use my link in the description and you'll get a free lens guard. So the third tip is to import the footage from your Go2 directly to your computer. Now, the default way to get your footage off the Go2 is to use the smartphone app, but this can be kind of time consuming and a little bit inconvenient. So if you want to export your footage a lot more efficiently, all you have to do is download the Insta360 Studio app. And again, I'll leave a link in the description. But once you've installed the app, just plug in your Go2 with USB to your computer, open the Insta360 Studio app, and then hit import. And this will enable you to preview all of your footage on your Go2 camera. From there, you can select which clips you want to import, and there you have it. Your clips are downloaded straight to your computer. Now this leads me to my 4th tip, which is that you can export footage from your Go2 in ProRes 422, H.264, and H.265. And you can also choose the bitrate in which the video is exported. Now, if you don't know what those different terms mean, basically they're just different types of codecs. Particularly ProRes 422 and H.265 are really high quality codecs, which means that the image quality from your Go2 will be the best it possibly can be. And it's crazy because ProRes and H.265 are usually codecs in which only pretty expensive cameras can shoot in. So to be able to export your footage from this tiny little camera in those 2 codecs is actually pretty amazing. I was really impressed when I learned that this could do that. So my 5th little trick is that you can change the aspect ratio of your footage in post-production. Now this might be useful if you're wanting to use footage for different purposes. So for example, you might want a 9:16 or a vertical format of footage for your Instagram or your Facebook stories or something like that, social media type of thing. Whereas you might want a regular landscape 16:9 aspect ratio for something like YouTube, or just a regular 16:9 video. And the cool thing is with the Go2, you're not actually locked to either aspect ratio. As long as you're shooting in the Pro video mode, Once you open your footage in the Insta360 phone app or in the Insta360 Studio desktop app, you can then change which aspect ratio you would like to export the footage in. And again, I found this super helpful when I've just been wanting to export a clip for Instagram, but then I wanted to use that same clip later for my YouTube channel. So finally, my big bonus tip really is that you can actually use the Go2 for more than just an action camera. Now obviously it's marketed as an action camera, but you can use it for so much more creative stuff than just that. I've used it for getting some really cool creative shots of different products that I'm reviewing. You can use it to get more creative B-roll just in and around your house or throughout your regular life for something like a YouTube channel or for other types of videos. And because it's so small, you can put it places where you wouldn't normally be able to put a regular sized camera, which means you can get some really interesting and creative perspectives. So I don't feel like you have to be some sort of action hero or sports star to get a Go2. They're actually really cool and fun to use, even if you don't play sport or ride a skateboard like myself or anything like that. Like I said, use my link in the description to get a free lens guard. Thanks so much to Insta360 for sending me the Go2, really appreciate it. And lastly, don't forget to check out my creative tech playlist for other tech related to creativity. Other than that, I hope you have an amazing day and I'll see you very soon in the next video.